Well, folks, it is noon, so we're going to start our weekly call. I'm working pretty much myself today. We've got other people out of town doing important things. I'm calling in from our San Francisco office here. That's not true. That's just a fake picture back there. But speaking of California, I'm hoping everybody's safe. If you've watched these fires out there, this really is a historic disaster out there, and I feel terrible for the people. The more I watch, the worse it gets. But hopefully, wherever you're at listening to this, you are safe. But let's start out with our questions today. And you can send us questions as well as usual or call in. You can send them to our website or give us a call. We might not get to them today, but we can put them on the list for next week. First question. How much should I be saving each year? Well, our knee jerk to that is as much as you possibly can. And the earlier you save, the better. We do have a chart that we've used, quite frankly, mostly for our next gen clients, the adult children of our clients. But this shows what you need to save, a percentage of what you need to save at a certain income level. If you look at the top, current household income, it goes from 100 to 300,000. And then on the left, it has your age. And the message from this gets pretty clear pretty quick. We'll just take 100,000 a year. If you're making 100,000 a year at age 25, you need to save 9% of your income each year to have a successful retirement. If you wait 5 years till you're 30, it takes 12%. And if you wait till you're 40, it takes 20%. So time is your friend. The earlier start, that it's much, much better for you. And you see, when you get to 50, you just have to save 42% of your household income. We all know that's impossible. Nobody has that ability to save. You will also note that I don't have any ages after 50. Basically, after 50, you've got to save everything you make to make your retirement work. And I think the big lesson out of this is the earlier start, the better and the easier. And it's something for a lot of our clients that are already near retirement or in retirement, and most of them started very early and saved as much as they could. I would pass this message on to your children, adult children, and if they want, give us a call. We'll send them this graft. But I think that's your answer: early and as much as you can. Let's go to question number 2. What is the best way to introduce investing to my children? Good question. And I think when we say children here, I'm assuming they're, 30 or younger or 20 or younger. And today, because there's very low cost alternatives with online trading, opening an account, 30 years ago was unheard of with $1,000 and being able to do anything. Today you could, and you could open a small account at a discount brokerage firm and encourage your children to buy individual stocks or ETFs, or they could buy mutual funds. And this is something to just get them started. I would tell you the lesson should be, though, if you get them started investing, you have to teach them patience. Is they have to give it time to grow. Active trading is not a good thing to do. And I would suggest, and I actually did this with my oldest son, JJ, that you know, I gave him some money when he got out of college, or I think it was near the last year of college. And I split it into 2 accounts. And I said, one account, you cannot trade for 5 years. Whatever you buy, you have to hold it for 5 years. And the second account, you can do anything you want. I don't care if you day trade with it, whatever you do. But I split it in half. And I said, so you've got to pick, 5 or 10 stocks and hold them for 5 years. The other account, you can buy and sell all you want. It was interesting because after a week of looking at this, he came back to me and he said, Dad, I have a problem. And I said, what's the problem? He said, the 5-year account, I can't decide what to buy. And I said, yeah, you have to think a lot harder on what you're going to buy if you're basically going to be stuck in it for 5 years. He did end up buying some stocks. And actually, now I think about this, this was 2007 because we hit the housing crisis and the market crashed. But long term, the 5-year holding period worked out much better than his trading. Initially, it didn't. His trading account did very well for the first 6 or 8 months. But once the market got whacked, a lot of those things that were momentum style stocks didn't work out as well. But that's how I did it with JJ. And it was a good lesson. In fact, I'd recommend doing 2 accounts like that. Your children will get the point about this is a long-term investment, not a short-term trade. But that's what I try. And again, because accounts, and we can set up here for you if you want to, but it's just not that expensive today to open an account. Let's go on to question 3. If I'm still working after 65, should I continue to contribute to a 401k plan? My answer is twofold here. One is, unless you have a real cash flow issue, I would continue to contribute. It still is tax deferred. And today, the earliest you have to take the money out is 73. And for most of it's going to be 75. So if you're 65, you probably still have 8 to 10 years to invest in the markets. The second part is depends on your company. If there's a company match of the first 3, 4, or 5%, I think you're nuts not to contribute because that's free money. You put in $5,000 or $10,000 and they match it. That's the best return ever you can get on your investment. So at a minimum, you should do the match. Again, this is unless you have cash flow issues, you need the take-home money. But if you don't have cash flow issues, I am past 65 and I still max out my 401k every year. And I'm going to continue to do that because it's deferred money for a long time. So yes, I'd recommend doing it unless financially it's a hardship. Let's see what we got next here. Book recommendation. And I believe this is new this month. It's called Proximity. I finished this about a month ago. And it talks about, and in the title, it talks about how the coming breakthroughs in just-in-time transforming business, society, and daily life. The theme of this book is how fast we're being able to deliver usable products to consumers faster than ever before, and immediately in some cases to where they're located. And one of the examples they give in the book is when retailers decide what they're going to sell in the fall, they order in the spring, and it takes 6 months to everything be delivered. We are going to get to the point that we can design clothes and make them, and this has already happened, but it's going to get cost effective. You can make them in the store. And so you don't have to decide that you got to buy 10,000 pairs of one size blue jeans and keep them in a warehouse. You can actually make this on demand. They're going to get that way with food that's delivered to you. We've already got that food coming very fast. But they're talking about all things using 3D printing. You can print tools. You can print parts on the spot, so you don't have to carry the inventory. We already have on-demand entertainment. We press a button on our phone or our TV, and we get everything we want to look at. The point of his book is it's just going to get faster and better all the time. It was a good read. I learned some things I didn't know about how they're doing things, and he brings in robotics and what's happening there. And I was shocked that they've already performed dental work, actually implanting a crown into someone's mouth using a robot. There was no dentist there. And I found that incredible because that's a very delicate thing to do. But everything's getting faster. The robots are getting better. As we know, the artificial intelligence enhancing this. it was a fun read and not a difficult read. So I hope you enjoy it. Megan, is there anything that we have to do? Any other special announcements? I don't think we are. I guess we're back online for Thursday. It's a new year. We're looking forward to seeing a lot of you next week. We have our market outlook live next Wednesday and Thursday night, and we will have the virtual one that will go out on Thursday. With that, I'm going to wrap it up. Everybody have a great day, and I'll be back in Wisconsin next week and look forward to seeing all of you. Thanks.